speaking of the banning, we're working on a sequel to that.
Right.
Like our retarded ass shtick. Our new diminishing returns syndrome is every session, I guess, from now on, we're just gonna have a contest with a ludicrous wage staked on it, and then the loser has to be submitted to some kind of punishment.
Right. It was a great bit. I liked it. It came out really well, but probably not a good idea to have done that first, because it's like...
Well, the thing is, we didn't really plan it before. You were just going to Antarctica, and we said, hey, it would be funny if we made a bit out of it, and said that you were...
Right.
And by luck, you actually sucked at all the games we played and lost.
Yeah, so, that wasn't on purpose. Yeah, it just happened that way.
That was very fortunate, because I was dreading having to backpedal on it somehow and say, like, yeah, I lost, but here's Kyle. He's got to go anyway. Blah, 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 blah. Unless he gave me his trip.
Right.
Unless I got to go on the trip for him. That would be pretty funny.
Oh, yeah,
but he still had to pay for it. And then, so you end up on the verge of homelessness, and you don't even get the memories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All because you're no good at Pac-Man.
If he only pays for half the trip, to get rid of you, then it's like $6,000 to make sure you die in the snow.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh shit.
Although I did think it was funny, even though through all the effort, a lot of people thought you just green screened it.
Yeah, that's
they absolutely could not believe that.
He actually went to
for
Antarctica.
Good fucking reason.
Yeah,
they're like, "There's no way he's all the way out in fucking Antarctica."
You should have got a shot with you like touching a penguin or something. That way, it's like unforgivable.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch penguins.
Of course not.
Just picking them up and shaking them around,
or like a shot of penguins up close, and you're like 20 yards behind, just staring with like burning jealousy in your eyes.
Well, okay, no offense to her. I was really appreciative of her that my girlfriend Caitlin was nice enough to drop everything of enjoyment to help me film this stupid bit. But she was not very competent in doing anything. So
she's not a trained cameraman.
So what we got is what we got, unfortunately.
We'll have to bleep her name and make it sound like you called her a really bad name. My girlfriend, fuckface. Wasn't good.
Like 8 solid seconds of 1K tone.
my girlfriend named.
We don't bloop very often on our show, so it's usually fucked up. We did bleep one thing, but I forget what it was, and a lot of people had fun imagining what it was that someone said.
It wasn't even that bad. It was like something along. You said something about like banging whores or something.
I don't remember.
Like paying for sex.
I just remember one thing. It was something like that. I just thought, it's a little harsh. Yeah. It was also in the early days.
Certainly said worse.
Yeah, it was in the earlier days, though, I think. Anyway, fuck it. We're jacking ourselves off now. So the next one, the problem, too, yes, is that the very first one being you actually going to Antarctica such that no one could believe their eyes, is that there's nothing we could ever follow up with. There's nothing. It's going to be like, Super Mario Galaxy 2. You know what I mean?
It's like it's like you want it to be like a gradient going up, like you want it to like gradually rise, but now it's just like a fucking spike that just shoots straight up to the top.
I was going to say like bread and then like my dick, respectively, those two things, you know what I mean?
Because as most people who watch the show probably know, or don't, I don't know, we record everything all at once, like within a week, and then because
we're dumb,
like a reality show, like a game show, like Jeopardy, like Alex Trebek,
right? And then we cheat everybody by releasing it over spans of months, and then somehow still get political topics correct. Like I don't know how that works.
By blind fucking luck.
It's pretty easy to make the call most of the time. We should get jobs as
I actually
pundits.
had to go back at one point because I was rewatching some stuff, and we made mention to. We said something about a horrible atrocity in the news, like a shoot. We made like a blind point out to like a shooting or a bombing or something, and we said like whatever, just check out the news. There's probably something going on right now, and it was close enough. I did have to go back and see when the Orlando nightclub shooting happened.
Oh God,
because it was close enough that I was like, shit, did we predict it or was this after the fact? I have to know.
I think we...
it was like 2 months after.
Oof. It was because of us.
Well, like, actually, that reminds me, a bunch of people just got fired from Fox News. So, Nick, I think you get in a suit, get on a new show, get your own show, and title it Ignorant Screaming Season 5.
There we go.
Oh,
Ignorant Screaming.
And like...
Dying
oh, man.
Just one of the titles, just pull it out there. dying alone together.
The fucking I really want to design the set because like we were talking about designing the set for Maximum Bad too, and I want your Fox News show to just be like the Daily Show kind of desk on like a shiny soundstage, but behind you is like an Andy Warhol like Marilyn Monroe painting, except it's 4 of your screaming face.
I kind of want to just have that.
I thought you
in
were going to say
general.
something fucked up like Scandinavian bog mummies.
Oh, that can be like those pictures can be all over the place too. Those are your friends. Those are the friends you lost.
That's what's on the back of the cards that I'm reading off of.
That's all that's on the card that you're reading off of. That's on the cue cards. There's a guy standing next to the camera just showing you pictures of them for to put you in the right mental space. They're cue cards, but they're not like giving you each word. They're just giving you the general idea.
Yeah. Occasionally you can catch me squinting at them like I'm looking for details, but then there's like a behind the scenes vignette that details exactly what I'm doing.
High res.
We don't feed Nick
printouts.
any actual lines. We just show him pictures of fucked up shit, and he somehow gets it right every time.
We don't even tell him anything.
One of the
there are no words exchanged.
One of the biggest budget suckers is those high res printouts of the bog people photographs. They gotta be like 3x5, man, to see them from that far away. But anyway.
When I first started working on the Nick show on Fox, I was really surprised to find out that my first task was to find a bunch of dead bog babies.
No, the Nick show
And
would
then
have
put
to
'em
be on
on 3x5
Nickelodeon. Anyways.
Oh,
Oh yeah, so like besides the fact, okay, so our idea for the follow-up was we were gonna do something simpler, and it was just gonna be somebody has to play a Dragon's Lair Don Bluth game, because that's the one kind of game we've yet to feature on the show, and it's really hard
That
to do
is
so.
an
Right?
accurate depiction of hell.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're-
A Sisyphean
because
hell.
yes, they're objectively terrible. No one likes them, but they're really unique and weird, and it would be cool to make an episode out of it somehow. And so far, the closest we've done is riffing on like 3 minutes of that Bega show. The Bega.
yeah, Bega's battle.
Bega's battle.
Yeah, but that at least had a game to get to. We just watched a goofy intro cartoon and then played the game for 5 seconds, and like it was really, really like the most lazy, cheating way to possibly do it. You know what I mean? We just really.
Right.
We really just basically fucked everyone over. We really pulled the wool over their eyes. We really got an update with no effort at all. Yeah, we're ready for Huffington Post.
Well, I mean, the game, like, objectively was not very interesting. Like, I mean, that fucking intro reels you in. Like, it fucking
that
gets
was
you going.
A tremendous letdown.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing with those Laserdisc games is they look cool, but there's like no substance, and it's really, really hard to do anything featuring them. So that's why we decided we should make some kind of special to-do out of it and use it as the punishment of the next head-to-head. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was called for a second. I was just gonna say something shit. The word shit is what comes to mind. But I mean, here's the problem: is we did it, but we apparently did a bad job. We fucked it, and we're gonna try to do it over again. We had our feet in 2 different bogs with 2 different mummies. You know what I mean? It was
had our feet in too many mummy bogs.
That's the third album that's coming out.
Too many mummy bugs.
2 feet and too many mummy bugs.
We just got to start writing all these songs up and get a contract with Project Records and see if we can't get Voltaire and that chick from the Dresden Dolls to do covers with us. You know what I mean?
No, it's the album would be called 1 Foot in the Gas, 1 Foot in the Mummy Bog.
One foot in the gas. I don't get it.
Well, there's a
like on the gas, like
yeah.
You said in the gas.
1 foot on the gas.
I thought you meant bog gas. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I meant like 1 foot. It's because the phrase is 1 foot on the gas and 1 foot in the grave.
Oh, I never heard that phrase before. Is that one of those Korean ones? Ha 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 ha. Anyways, yeah. So the problem was the way we did it was kind of like the real world. We tried doing like face cam and stuff, which is a terrible idea. None of our faces should ever be on a camera for any reason.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
I think Nick looks presentable in front of a camera. It's just, fuck if you aren't just the most goddamn depressing person ever.
It's just that. Well, I mean, Nick can look dapper, but like the subcutaneous ocean of fury is what makes it more captivating. It's like Hawaii. Nick, you're Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like
you're a volcano under the surface.
Like it's
people cancer.
Yes, it's a beautiful
I'm full of haunted rocks.
It's like an
you have a
appealing surface level, but below is a whirling torrent of horror and death. And also people keep stealing rocks from you.
Nick, you have like a bee problem.
Never mind. This is the rest of the episode, riffing on ways that Nick is like Hawaii.
Around me is a constant aura of like homelessness and violence.
Okay, wait. Should this week's picture be the anglerfish with the money, or should it be like a tropical island with Nick's angry skull face growing out of a volcano?
Oh boy, I don't know.
According to many, if you take my stones, it spells tragedy.
Remember
for
that
you.
board game that was out in like 1992 where like the explorers going across the bridge and there was like an angry face? Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's an old one.
That's like Nick. That's Nick. These blast
shit.
lava explorers. Did you put that on your OkCupid profile? I've been likened to a volcanic island that whisks men
It
to their
is
doom.
said, I am cursed.
No, and then underneath that put no white people, please.
Yeah. White people bother me tremendously. I'm much more expensive than what I'm worth.
You know, I was kind of disappointed to find out that Hawaiians were really hate white people a lot. You know, because like in the Air
yeah.
Force, we had a inappropriate amount of Hawaiians, like versus the population of Hawaii, to the amount of people that we were stationed with from Hawaii, and all they would talk
fairly
about.
disproportionate.
Yeah, that's the singular word that I was trying to summon from my stupid brain. But
What are you, Ricky from the
They
Trailer
would
Park
always-
Boys?
they would always talk about how much Hawaii hates pretty much everybody who's not Hawaiian.
Well-
and I was like, damn.
Well, I think it's got to do with that thing where they were an independent country and then America rolled in and said, "Ha, that's cute. We're we're annexing you're a plantation now." You know what I mean? I don't think it.
Shot a bunch of them and stole their royalty.
Yeah, kick
I mean, that's
Stuff
their
like that.
queen
And then
right
they,
on out. Except like they're still relatively like they didn't go extinct like everyone else we did that too, so they're still around to be pissed about it. You know what I mean?
right.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I mean-
they were right there on the cusp of the Native American Revolution, where we started feeling bad about doing that and started putting them into camps.
Yeah, like I mean, well, after that actually, it's way after the Trail of Tears, but yeah, it's like still, it's like if there was a whole state that was like, mostly Dakotan or something, like they'd probably be the same. Minnesota would be like, oh, fuck you, Whitey. Get out of here. You know what you did. You know what you did.
It's funny to think that, like, because you think it's bring it back to Scandinavia. You think like Scandinavia is like it's only ever always been white people from there. But I when I was there, I was in a museum and I actually discovered that there was an indigenous people called the Sami that don't exist anymore because all the white people came and killed them.
Well, I mean, that's true of pretty much everywhere. Did you know there was a whole indigenous people of Japan before Japanese people rolled in and killed their asses?
Shit.
Yeah, the Ainu. Look up
Yeah.
the Ainu. Nowhere is safe. Everywhere is death and doom. Everything is a Nick. Everything is a Nick situation.
Yeah, this cuts back to what we talked about many seasons ago: survival of the wrongest.
Oh God, yeah.
Well,
Well, now that we're all nice and down,
I'm not down,
thanks for
I'm up.
joining
I've
us.
never been up. My dick is still harder than hell. I mean, figuratively. I just wanted to mention we're redoing the Dragon's Lair thing. That was the point.
Yeah.
Because we're not.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The,
oh yeah.
The,
Talk
the
about
live.
That. Sorry, I
the-
didn't mean to.
Shut up, Kyle! You ruined everything. You ruined the show. It's canceled. We're done. Shut down the Patreon. Shut it down. Shut it up. Shut it off.
All right.
Tie
Go
me
ahead, Keith.
to
Go ahead,
the
Steve.
mast. Hoist me up and slap my ass. Everybody, get
Clap your hands to the beat.
clap your hands. Bend your knees. We're killing the men, if you please. It's the public execution rap. That's
So you're going in a direction,
right.
At some point.
Yes. I mean,
All right. Yeah.
on the show or in my life years ago, both are miserable failures.
Clearly only in the show.
Well, okay. What were you saying about
So, like,
the wraparound?
Okay, yeah. So like, what we did is we tried having me play through the game, and we had a face cam on it. And the first problem is the game is literally unplayable. There's only so much you can say about watching the same 4-second clip of this stupid asshole falling into a treasure pit and then getting eaten 87 times in a row. But
By a snake.
so my idea to like make it more
Hold
succinct.
on. You know what's crazy? I actually learned a word today because I was redoing the keywords for our SEO stuff on our show.
Yeah.
And I was redoing dancing eyes, and then like one of the things like it suggested like maybe you should use this word, and it was
Hey, here's a
Good one.
salient point. Wait 20 minutes for that.
well, no, because it's like he was just talking about the part where you fall down the treasure pit and like the snake eats you. That's like one of the bits in the game. So I thought,
what?
Don't tell me that YouTube suggested you use the tag vor.
yes, it was snake vor, snake vor. So,
Oh, we're gonna attract a crowd we don't want.
but here's the thing: if you click on it, what it says about snake vor, it says that it's a high search volume, and for us, it's like right in the middle for like the ability to be seen, like competition wise, we're right in the middle.
Yeah, I guess
You would probably hit it off gangbusters with a bunch of fucking perverts. Go ahead and title your show after
It's
this.
like the one strain of thing that can like wriggle between all the other pathogens and take root. We're like a yeast infection on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like,
So I couldn't believe that it suggested snake vor. I had to look it up, and I'm like, Jesus, why?
there's a reason. Just like the
Goddamn.
regulations at your job interview, it's like there's a reason we're bringing this up. So
I hate that I just threw out the word vor as a joke.
and then it went
And
ding
that
ding. It was
was
like
the
Pee Wee's
right
Playhouse.
answer.
That's the word of the day.
Yeah, because I didn't know if you guys would know it, so that's why I had to find it specifically.
We've been on the internet for more than 2 minutes. Anyway, yeah. So like, before we got sidetracked by vor, it was like the face cam didn't work out because like it was hard to
because you have zero fucking
Well,
emotion, you goddamn homunculus.
autistic robot man. Also, it was hard but kind of funny because the entire time that's the PC term. Nick, try to be 21st century about this. Anyway, it was funny too because
we were just talking about snake vor. There's no PC left. There is
it's all
none.
Macintosh. Anyway, so I'm like sitting
Oh,
there.
just so everybody knows, in case you don't know, snake vor means to eat something.
Yeah,
and I guess it's
a
like
fetish.
a whole subgenre.
Vor means to jack off while something else gets
Yeah.
eaten and murdered.
But that might be why Attack on Titan is so popular. Anyways, so the it was kind of funny that I was like getting more and more self-conscious about not being able to summon emotion for this, and Kyle's sitting there the whole time like, boy, you're getting pissed off at this game, aren't you? Boy, I'd be getting really mad if I was having to play this. Keith, all right, you're getting angry. It was really and I was like shriveling into a corn cob the whole time, you know what I mean?
We really should have taken away all those mudslides and just been feeding you like PCP the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have mudslides. I had that iced tea. So maybe you should have done
Well,
mudslides instead.
It was frustrating because, like, I know you had the capacity to be angry because we had just played Windjammers like
Right,
the
but
day
like
before.
you gotta get angry, but you have to like kind of be invested in it, and like Dragon Lair is so unexpectedly
Stupid hard.
Like you're okay with dying and walking
not
away.
even hard. Yeah, it dares you to give a shit. You know what I mean? It says, "Boy, this is almost a game. I bet you would almost have some fun if there were any stakes here." Oh, yeah, you didn't press the button. It's not even a game. That's the thing. It's like a highly elaborate DVD menu. You know what I mean? It's more like the experience of being frustrated by that game is more like, you know, like getting a beach ball thing on OS 10. You know what I mean? It's not like
Right.
I guess by that logic, it's much more angry and frustrating to try to find the actual selection on the menu to play the movie Memento.
Yeah. Or even
'Cause
Jacob's Ladder.
The DVD for that one is fucked. You actually do have to like track through some clues that are attached. Like there are actual sticky notes
That's
just stuck
stupid.
onto the. To
I would be
box
so
for-
pissed if I'd never heard of the movie before, and then everyone's like, "Hey, watch Memento," and I open it up like, "What the fuck? This is fucking stupid," and just like never watch it.
And then it's
Yeah.
like getting a Chinese knockoff of like an anime, and like the menus all say stuff like pally and, you know, wind direction and stuff. Like they don't know what the words are for like menu. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
but like the other thing too, Kyle, with Windjammers is it's also playing against what passes for a human. You know what I mean? And it was 500 times easier to get angry because you're sitting there enjoying this game and you shouldn't be. And me and Nick are both there like, this isn't a good game. You're like, oh yeah, this game's really fun. It's cool, right? You can just hit one button and it automatically does the thing that you need it to do to win. And we're sitting there hitting all the buttons that's not doing shit. And you're like, oh, you just need to try harder. And I'm like, figure out a more elocutive way to elect me.
Maybe that's how we should cap off that season, is to have you have to go through single player and beat Windjammers.
Yeah. Well,
No, he had a good
We'll
suggestion.
definitely elicit more expression out of that.
yeah. Well,
Keith had a good selection, actually.
the DVD, the Memento DVD reminds me that I watched Jacob's Ladder recently, which is, besides being one of my favorite movies, of course, gave me the idea that we should just do a shot-for-shot remake of the scene in that movie where he's bleeding to death on the floor in the jungle in Vietnam, except instead of a bunch of troops closing in on him, it's Dragon's Lair.
He's just been playing Dragon's Lair, and now he is physically
Well,
dying.
like, there's a really specific scene where he looks to the camera and there's like red light shining on him, and it's like really like weird and grim looking, and he's like, help me. And then like, and that's like, that would be my response to being told I need to play Dragon's Lair.
Okay,
to beat
I like.
Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
The punishment was that you have to beat it.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
not that
that's
you
the other
have to
thing
play
too,
it.
is we would need to record for like 48 consecutive hours for anyone to beat it, because it's unbeatable.
The bit was supposed to be that you're forever playing the game.
Right,
Like,
but
that.
Yeah, and it sort of forms an unholy trinity wherein Kyle, in between all sessions, Kyle is stuck in Antarctica. I am back in hell where I belong, and now it's all sealed and completed, whereas you just are interminably stuck playing Dragon's Lair.
yeah, but I
Right.
mean, again, that's something that's easier to imply, I think, with like the single camera skit format, because the goddamn like we didn't get more than 5% into that goddamn game
Right.
when we were trying to play it.
I
straight.
agree
Yeah.
with you, Keith. Like that's a better suggestion, and I like it a lot better from what we had and like how originally it was supposed to go. Like it's a much better idea. I'm just worried that I don't know how the hell
that
we're
we
gonna
can't
do
pull
it.
it off because we're shitty hacks and we don't
And-
know what we're doing and we don't have enough time or resources to make it happen. Thanks a lot for donating to our Patreon so that you can hear us tell you how your dollars aren't enough.
These are well. I mean, somebody actually said that they like the when we talk about ideas that we want to do that will
Yeah.
never be made.
I got an iPhone.
Well, you know
I'll try-
what? This one goes out to you, whoever you are. Kyle knows your name.
I'll try to get
It
my
was Suspect
my iPhone. It's got a nice camera. I'll
Suspect
find a
bucket.
Dragon's Lair cabinet next time in New Hampshire, and I'll record it, and we'll just use that. It'll be nothing but footage of a blank arcade cabinet, and that's all we'll use.
Yeah, well, I mean, like every other weekend now, I'm just searching for reasons to leave the state, so we can make this happen.